I made a couple of purchases on eBay, one of which is this little light. I've also purchased a USB charger. What's quite nice about this is it's flat. So the space that it's going on the boat, we've got one of these, and then your normal sort of cigarette kind of socket fitted into that, and then we plug in a USB adapter in the end of there, and then we charge devices. So that socket actually is melted a little bit. We plugged a 12 volt Hoover into it and melted it, so I'm going to replace it, and I think I'm going to replace it with this little device here. But what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd do a couple of little tests with these. The nice thing with this lamp is I think it was £8. I have no idea how they make that for £8, but £8, and it's got a LED bulb in the end, on-off switch with dimmer, and it's got USB charging at the side. So I thought I'd run a couple of tests and just see actually what the output of this is with a little tester, what the light looks like and how much power it actually draws, if it draws power when it's off, because of this touch button here. I don't really know how that's going to work, but I just thought I'd test that. Thought I'd test this as well, see what the power output of this is, and also one of these. So we've got a couple of different things to test against. Now, unfortunately, I've only got the phone that I'm actually recording this on, so you're just going to have to trust me that it's plugged in and charging. So what we'll do first of all is we will just set this up, and we'll test the light and test the light output first. Okay, so my battery is at 12.6, 12.7 volts, so that's okay for this test. And then we're just going to run this through here. So no draw on that. I click the light on. Oh, no. Okay, so the light's on. The light is really, really bright. It's quite good. So at full power, it's 0.14 of an amp. And then if I dim that down to its dimmest setting, it's 0.1 of an amp. Switching it back on and off goes back to full brightness. And if you hold the button down, it dims down. If you hold it up again, it comes back up. And then press it once for on and off. Okay, so what I'll do now is I will plug the phone into it, and we'll just see what effect the charging has on it. I'll put the meter in as well so we can actually see the output. A little bit annoying that that's actually backwards. So let's power back up. Okay, so 5.18 volts coming out of that. So I'll just plug the phone into it now, and we'll see. You can see there's a little bit of current draw now that that's been plugged in, but not a lot. Let's plug the phone into it. Okay, and it's almost an amp. That is not too bad at all. So charging the phone, we're at half an amp at 12 volts. If I put the light on as well, we're at 0.62, and then I think I've still got the control to dim that down. Yes, I have. So if you're just over half an amp at 12 volts, you can have light and USB charging. What's also quite nice with this is actually the wire. This is like a silicone type sleeve on the wire, so it's actually pretty good quality. The fitting feels really heavy. This is quite hard to bend, so that isn't going to you know, sort of break hopefully all that soon. And it's actually of quite nice quality. Quite impressed. £8 eBay. Next up is this fella. So we'll just get this one connected up and we'll do the same test. So this has got like a little LED light. I don't know whether you can see that, but that's actually lit. I think it's an LED, but already we're drawing 0.01. Okay, so we're back on now. That's bouncing a little bit. And that's the output from this one. Right, and the final one to try is this one. So if we power up, so that's just with nothing connected, and then we'll plug in the phone and see where we go. So dead on 0.52 this time, no fluctuation on that side. 1 amp and 4.96 volts this side, and the phone's charging again. So that's quite interesting. So the light was about half an amp. That one was 1.5, and this is a half. The interesting thing is the voltage. So the voltage is a bit higher on these two than it is on this one. Let's just go back and try that again. So it's 1.37. Yeah, a bit of 1.3, 1.37. That's what we can see happening here. That's why that's moving all over the place. Seems to be just under 4 volts. Sorry, just under 5 volts. So the plan for this then is to put it in the back berth, and now we've obviously changed all our lights to LED. I can wire this into the lighting circuit, because it would have been full of halogens at one point, drawing quite a bit of power. So the breaker on it I think is 20 amps, and all the wiring up to that. So I could put a smaller fuse basically like I've got in here, just to try and protect this device a little bit more. But there's loads of capacity there on that circuit now, so we can start to put a few of these little things in. We can maybe put one in the front cabin as well, so that there's a little reading light and a charger up there. So yeah, £8. I think this was £4, and I'm not sure what this was, how much this one was, but again, readily available on eBay. Hope that's useful. Thanks.